Hello students, today we will continue our discussion on pointers in C programming language. Right. So in the previous video we have seen that how we can use the pointers for the one-dimensional array. Right. So now we'll see that how we can use it for the two-dimensional array. Right. So here as shown in the example we have taken one array A, right, of size 12, right, 4 rows and 3 columns, and here we have given the initial values of the array. So if you see the memory representation of the elements of the array, then we have total 12 elements, right? These are the values of each element, right? And these are the addresses. Now remember this, I have already executed this program, that's why I know which address is allocated to which element. Okay, so here the address of the first element of the array is 6356684. Okay, so how I can know this, that this is the address of this array element, right? So for that here I have taken one integer pointer which is pointing to some integer element, right? And in that p pointer variable I have assigned the value of a. So let us remind that uh, the array name always contains the address of the first element, right? So this a is equivalent to address of a of 0 0, right? So that address has been allocated into the pointer variable p. So the element of the address of the first element is considered as the base address. So if we print the value of this p, right, or if we print the value of the address of a 0 0, right, then we will have the same value, right? So that address, the output of this particular program is base address is 6356684. So that's why we have shown this kind of memory representation, right? And also we have discussed that the pointer variable itself is a variable, right? So in the memory the memory addresses will be reserved to store the value of p also, correct? So suppose the address of p, that where the address of the first element of the array is stored, is this address can be assigned, any address can be assigned, but the value of that pointer variable is this, the address of the a 0 0. Okay. Okay, so now we'll see another example in which the array has been declared of 12 size, right? For a number of rows, 3 number of columns, same as the previous slide, right? And then we have declared one variable, right? Pointer variable in which we can store the address of the first element of the array. So if we print the base address using p or using a or using the address of a of 0 0, then it will give you the same address, right? So here also you can see that if we execute this program again, the memory address can be different, right? So for every run of the program, the memory address may be different, right? Now, as we know that if we want to access the elements of the two-dimensional array, we require two for loops, right? We have to use the concept of the nested for loop. The first for loop is required to access the rows, and the second for loop is required to access the columns, right? Now, column is what actually it is, the number of elements in the one row, right? So if we say this 3, that means in each row there are total 3 elements, right? Now if we want to print the address and the element value, right, then we can write the printf statement like this. Okay, now here you can see that a of ij, so this will print the value of the array element, so we can use percentage %d here to print the integer value, right? And here it is percentage %u, so this percentage %u is used to print the element address, right? So here we can write address of a of ij, correct? So using this kind of code you can print the all elements value as well as its address. Now here also you can see that the address of the first element is this last 3 digits are 676, right? And the next element address means a01, okay, means row is same and the column number is increased. So you are talking about the we are talking about now the next element of the same row, right? So the next address is allocated to that second element of the first row, right? That means that this memory allocation is based on the row major order. Okay, so this 680 is the address of the second element of the first row. Okay, and when all the elements of the first row are allocated the addresses, then after there will be a turn of the next row. Okay, and here also you can see that there is a difference of the 4 bytes, means the machine on which I have executed this program is taking 4 bytes for each integer. Okay, so that's why the difference of addresses between two elements is 4 bytes. Okay, so consecutive addresses will be assigned to all the elements of the first row, then after second row, then after third row and fourth row. Okay. Okay, so now we'll see that how to access the individual elements of the array, right? So here, same, the 12 size array has been taken, 4 rows, 3 columns, initial values are given, right? Now, here we need to understand this printf statements, okay? So when we talk about I is equal to 0, that means we are talking about the first row, okay? And when we want to point or when we want to print the pointer to the first row or the ith row, right? Then we can write this particular syntax a plus I. Okay, so a plus I will give you the pointer to the ith row, right? So here you can see that the output of this printf statement, pointer to 0 row is this 6356680, right? So this is true when I is equal to 0, means the first row. Okay, then after when I becomes incremented, then here you can see that pointer to one row, that means the second row, and its index is 1, right? So pointer to one row is this 6356692. Okay, so when the I is incremented, this will be the output. It will give you the address of the ith row, a plus I. Okay, then after the next printf statement, here the value of the first element of the percentage d row is percentage u, right? So here value of first element of the 0 row, then 1 row, 2 row and 3 row, but here also you can see the address is printed, okay, not the value. So remember this, here it should be address. Okay, so when you write a plus I star, then also it will give you the first address or the element of the first address of the first element of the ith row. Okay, so when you write a plus I, it will give you the address. Also if you write star a plus I, it will give you the address of the first element of the ith row. Okay, now inside this outer for loop, you have written, means we have written this uh, inner for loop, j is equal to 0, j less than 3. So this for loop is for accessing the columns. Okay, so here you can see the format, the equation that we have written, uh, that is a plus I then star plus j. Okay, and we'll see that what it will print. So here the address of a of percentage d. So in the place of this percentage d, value of ij will be printed. So you can see here a00, a01, a02, right? So all the elements will be printed according to this, for this because of this printf. Okay, now at the place of this star a plus ij, you can see the address is printed. Okay, so that means what, when you are writing star a plus I then plus j, then it will give you the address of a of ij, means the element address, aij elements address can be accessed using this format. Okay, star a plus I plus j. Okay, now what if we want to access the value? We have seen that okay, this format is giving us the address, right? But what if we want to access the element value, right? This 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? This element values. So for that we have to use this format star a plus I, then plus j and whole equation star. Okay, so this particular format will give you the values of the array elements. You can see here. So this equal to percentage d. So equal to percentage d is giving you the values of the two-dimensional array. Okay, so you can use this format, and in this equation you can use a plus. You can use the array name because array name is the constant pointer to the first element of the array. So ultimately it is a pointer, so you can use it. Right, now how to use the pointers and character strings. Okay, so we know what is the declaration of this string. So we have to use the character array of size 6, suppose, for storing the hello, right? So 5 size for the actual characters and 1 is for the null character. Okay, now another way of declaring the same string is this: char star message is equal to, in double quote we can write hello, right? So this particular statement will create a string literal and stores the address in the message. Okay, so this message will contain the address of the first element of this string, right? So here the message is not simply a name, it is a character pointer. Character pointer means the message will contain the address of character. Okay, so this is the one way of declaring the strings in the C language using the pointer. Right, now you can also write this kind of declaration and initialization. You can first declare the character pointer and then you can assign the value to it using the double quote. Okay, so here this message, remember this message is both the address and name of the string. This is also the name as well as the address. Okay, so that's why there is no need to use this indirection operator to access the value. We can simply write the message to print the string stored in it, because message has the dual purpose. It is the name of the string as well as the address of the first character. Okay, now we'll see one example for that. So here we have declared the character star name is equal to hello. So this name is the name of the string as well as the address of the string, right? And here we have just printed that string using the putS function. So this is the output of this function call. Okay, now what we need to do, actually we want to print the address of every character in this string. Okay, so we'll write this printf that address of percentage %c is percentage %u. Okay, and as we discussed that this name is containing the address of the first element. So if we want to print the value, individual character value, we can use this star to access the individual character of this string. Okay, and this percentage %u is for printing the address. Okay, so when you are writing the printf statement, it will just give the value of the first character, right, using the star name, and the address of the first character using only name. Okay, but after that what about the next character? Okay, so for the next character you have to increment the pointer by 1, so you need to write name plus plus. Okay, and we know that the pointer variable is always incremented based on the data size of the type that it points to. If it is pointing to a character, so it will be incremented by 1. Okay, so you can see the address here. The address of H character is this 628, last 3 digits. Okay, and when we use the name plus plus, it will be incremented, right? So the next address is 629. Right, if the name is integer, it will be incremented by 4. But the question is that how many times this two statement should be executed, printf and name plus plus, right? So until all the characters address we print. Okay, so how we know that we have reached to the last character of the string? So we know that the string is terminated with the null character. Okay, so we want to access the character store, means we want to access the last character. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll use this star name. Okay, if the star name is not equal to null, right? So we have to execute these two statements. But when the star name is equal to null character, so that means we have reached to the end of this string. We have to stop from there. Now array of pointers. The next topic is the array of pointers. Okay. Now as we had discussed in the array chapter, that if we want to store a list of strings, right? So we can use this kind of declaration, two-dimensional character array. So if we want to store the city names, right? So we need to write here city, 3 and 15. These are the dimension size, right? So 3, that means we want to store 3 strings and each string size can be not more than 15. Okay. So if we want to declare the same thing, right, using the pointer, then it is only required to have the size of the first dimension. Okay. The 15 is not required. The memory will be allocated based on the characters of the string, right? So this particular declaration is called array of pointers. We have 3 pointers. Generally we have the array of integers, characters, float, right? But this is the array of pointers. Here we are declaring total 3 pointers: city 0, city 1 and city 2. Okay, now city 0 is pointing to the first string Ahmedabad, then city 1 will point to Surat and city 2 will point to Vadodara. Okay, so this is how you can create the array of pointers. Now we'll see the example for that, right? So same kind of declaration is used in here, star city 3. So that means total 3 strings we need to store, right? And there are values given for that. Okay. Now if we want to print the name of each city, right? So simply we need to print city 0, city 1, city 2, right? But as we have to print the 3 values, we can use the for loop for that. So I will start from 0 less than 3. So in each iteration it will print the value of city 0, which is pointing to Ahmedabad, city 1 Rajkot and city 2 Surat, right? So you can see the output here. Okay. Now if we want to access the individual characters of the string, okay, so for that we should know that how many characters are there in each string. Okay, so that we can get using the strlen function, which is stored in the string.h file. Okay, so if we write strlen and in the parenthesis, means as argument we are passing city I, right? So when I is equal to 0, it will give you the length of the Ahmedabad. When I is equal to 1, it will give you the length of the Rajkot. Okay, so this inner for loop is used to print the individual characters of the city name. Okay, so here you can see that we have used %c format specifier, right? And here this kind of format is used to access each city name, right? So there is a difference between access if we want to print the individual elements of the integer array and the character array, the things are somewhat different. Okay, so when we write star city I plus j, I can print the individual characters of the string. Okay, and if we want to print a particular character, like here say city 1 plus 2, means I want to access the third character of second city. Okay, so the second city name is Rajkot and the third character is J, right? So this particular format is used to print a specific character from one string. Okay, now thank you.